This brief video shows how to use the Class Diagnostic and Grouping reports available on the Code platform. From the summary view of the dashboard, I can click on the red icon to get into Class Diagnostics. As an administrator, I'll need to select a school and a class. Teachers can skip this step because they're already associated with typically a single school and maybe one or two classes. Since I've already selected an assessment, I can view the reports by standard. This shows the percentage correct for each standard covered by the assessment at the class level. I can sort this in ascending or descending order by percentage correct as a teacher or as an administrator looking to review results at a class level. Clicking on any individual standard will let me see the students on the right. So I can see performance on that specific standard for all students, and the platform will group the students based on their level of achievement. I can see here for even standards that are relatively high performing, I do have a population of students that are in the red. I can use the Class Diagnostics Mastery Threshold tool to establish a mastery cut score. Doing so will change the data display to only show those students that are below that cut score. From here, I can choose to print this report either by printing for the current class or batch printing for the entire school or even district if I want. That means I'll produce a report that looks similar to this for every single class in the district that took this assessment. So the printable version of this report will cover all standards and show not only the overall percentage correct by standards here, but will also group the students into differentiated instruction groups, or RTI groups, based on their performance on each standard covered by the assessment. So this is one way that we think about grouping at the classroom level, and it really has become a fundamental tool for teachers to drive their instructional processes based on assessment results in real time. Another area that is used for grouping students for more long-term groups is what we call the grouping report. That's also available from the dashboard, and it's depicted by this blue icon here with a group of students. Selecting that will allow me to choose my grouping category. Typically, standards is used for this. I'll choose Continue, and that will show all of the standards covered by the assessment in the box. I can choose to include particular standards, though some may be included for me. The rule for this is that any standard that has at least 3 or more items on the associated assessment will be included by default. I'm going to just choose 5 of those standards, and I'm going to choose to create 30 groups of students across my district. I can also do this at a school level or at a class level. So I've created the groups here, and again, it's based on the 5 standards represented by each of these numbered columns. Because this is a district-wide group of 5th grade students, I have quite a lot of groups here. But this is the ideal tool to think about re-rostering or potentially summer school or after-school programs where you do want to create groups of students that have similar skills or standards-based needs. If for any reason I don't like the group assignments for a particular student, I can drag and drop students from one group to another. These groups can be saved as classes on the Code platform, and they can be assigned special assignments or materials, including assessments. So this shows 2 different ways we think about grouping on the Code platform, both on the classroom level as well as at a higher level that can include groups that span a school or even entire districts.